Hello, everyone, and welcome to our monthly webinar series, Season Speaks, a virtual series. Thank you for joining us today for this month's topic, From Downsizing to Right-Sizing. I'm Amanda White, the Senior Director of Marketing and Communications for Seasons Retirement Communities, and I will be your host today. For background, Seasons is a Canadian retirement home operator that was established in 2009. We operate 22 retirement communities in Ontario and Alberta, with more in progress. We've proudly created a culture that is dedicated to providing residents with superior customer service. We want our residents to be proud to call us home and to know they're surrounded by people who genuinely care. When deciding if retirement living is the right choice for you or your loved one, the thought of moving can become overwhelming. Downsizing, or right-sizing, as we say at Seasons, is an essential next step in your moving process. Deciding what to keep, donate, or sell can become tedious and challenging without proper support. For today's session, From Downsizing to Right-Sizing, I am joined by Margaret Reed and Kathy Della Nebbia from the Ladies of Royal LePage, who will guide us with their best tips and tricks for successful downsizing. Margaret and Kathy are two members of the Ladies of Royal LePage, a group of 4 realtors with many years of combined experience to assist the mature adult demographic. They believe that this demographic was underserviced by their industry and sometimes ill-advised or taken advantage of. They felt they had a calling to help this population due to their personal life experiences with their own families and loved ones. The ladies understand mature adults' unique real estate needs, especially when for many, their homes are their most significant asset, which in turn accounts for most of their net worth. They proudly built a trusted network of service professionals across Canada to collaboratively assist mature adults with their home and real estate needs. From downsizers and move managers to handymen, contractors, and lawyers, consider them your one-stop shopping. They take an A to Z approach to assist homeowners every step of the way, from preparing and pricing the property to seeing their clients settled in and enjoying their new home. They do so with empathy and an innate understanding of their clients and their families. No pressure, only help. The Ladies of Royal LePage have attained either their Senior Real Estate Specialist or Accredited Senior Agent designations. They continually develop their skills in their industry and have their finger on the pulse of the market. We're honored to have both Margaret and Kathy with us today to represent their team to discuss this essential topic. Today, we will learn about their story, how to build your game plan and timeline. The ladies will provide great downsizing tips, discuss what market analysis means to you, and what to do and not to do when downsizing. We hope today's session will provide essential knowledge and tangible insight into the reality of downsizing. I want to welcome both Margaret and Kathy to join us and begin today's presentation.
Thank you, Amanda, for that warm introduction. We felt a real calling, especially with witnessing our own loved ones going through the aging process. And of course, each and every one of us felt that we needed to develop a team of trusted professionals who we vetted and just would meet the needs of any mature adult. Kathy will be touching base on these trusted resources a bit later. We are relationship-based realtors, working with you over the long haul, not rushing you and your families to make decisions. We truly are working for the best interest of our clients, and working at one of the oldest real estate companies, we have a network of like-minded realtors across Canada who we have trusted relationships with. All of the ladies give back to their communities, from Kathy as immediate past president of our real estate association, Diana's involvement with the Bob Kemp Hospice, and Lisa with the COVID vaccine clinics, and myself as current director at the Hamilton Conservation Foundation and vice chair of the Government Relations Committee with our local real estate board. As Amanda mentioned, we all had life experiences that influenced us to become who we are today. My parents lived in their own home until well into their 80s. However, what seemed like a good idea at the time, we soon noticed as they were aging in place, their friends were too. The visits they were expecting happened less and less frequently and ended up being only my brother and I. We wish we had all agreed to move them into a retirement home earlier so that they would have had people in similar life circumstances and companionship when one passed, and relatability with general ailments when we all age. Today we will be touching on several topics. What is the game plan? All of you listening are doing the right first step. You are starting to prepare now by gathering information. This puts the power in your hands. Another topic today will be determining the value of your home. The ladies of Royal LePage will assist in putting a step-by-step plan in place for the homeowners with guidance on each step, depending on your move. Finally, the ladies will prepare your home for sale. Your timeline. Well, there are many factors determining your timeline. The ladies will help with the timeline planning by having you answer some questions. When are you planning to move? When will your suite be ready? How much downsizing will be needed to prepare for your move? And what is your support system? And of course, realistically, do you have health or mobility issues that could lengthen this process? So how do we do this? We work back from either your confirmed move-in date or an approximate date with steps to be taken to minimize the anxiety associated with any move. Who is facilitating your move? Will you be requiring outside help, movers, professional downsizers, family or friends, and of course, in consultation with Seasons. During our consultation visit, the ladies will meet you in person or virtually, providing the information you need to get started with your right sizing. One of the most challenging aspects of your move is home preparation. The ladies will visit your home safely and help you determine your timeline based on your unique situation. We can help you determine what you need to do to prepare your home and provide a comparative market analysis to let you know what your home is honestly worth today. The ladies can help with a plan based on your support system, timeline, and amount of possessions you need to be addressed. One of the best tips to help decide what you can bring is to analyze your suite and decide what will fit. We can assist in conjunction with Seasons to determine the most common layout of your suite and precise room measurements, so everything you bring will fit. Downsizing and right-sizing tips. Well, this is likely one of the biggest hurdles to address, but you are not alone. We all feel the same way. I don't know about you, but many people who are moving into Seasons are coming from long-term family homes with years of accumulated treasures, so start early. The whole idea of packing up a home is, let's be honest, somewhat overwhelming. So best to start small. Start with bathroom cupboards. Those old hotel soaps and lotions can go and could actually be donated to community needs like women's shelters and homeless shelters. And what about the kitchen junk drawer or offices? All those pens and pencils we communicate are actually unbelievable. In every area you are tackling, have 4 boxes. The donate to family and friends pile, the trash, recycle, and sell. Everything must go into one of the 4 boxes and only handle it once. Make a decision and put that item in the appropriate box. Don't question yourself on decisions you made in the morning. What we do when sorting out our own homes or assisting our clients is get the trash and donate boxes out of our clients' homes immediately. For the items for sale, list for sale immediately as well. And this is best done 1 room at a time. Legacy giving is a great way to eliminate items for those sentimental items. Take your favorites and also consider what a pleasure it would be to see those items enjoyed by people you care about. It can even be an opportunity to pass along some of those stories about the items to your loved ones. We would like to suggest that this category includes our children's artwork from long ago, kept in boxes in the basement. Those special collections treasured by your grandchildren, or even our old basement bars, stocked with beer steins and stemware joyfully used all those years ago. Considering your suite will likely have fewer bedrooms and certainly no utility rooms or garages, start there. These are rooms that are effectively being eliminated when you move. My husband just retired, so I have him sorting out his garage in anticipation of a move 10 to 20 years down the road, and I'm sure it's going to take that long. Again, bringing us back to the start early. Another idea would be the items our kids left when they moved out and in and out again. Now is the time for them to take their stuff once and for all. Duplicates are another important area to start. Start working on your kitchen drawers. Likely, you may have several spatulas, frying pans, and mugs. Do you really want to take those chipped items with you to your new suite? This is a great way to free up space in your cupboards, which is a great for selling and prepares you for your move when the date arrives. Reducing collections of albums, CDs, books, and VHS tapes is also another monumental task. There are places that will take these. I actually bought boxes and boxes of books to long-term care homes, along with some movies. Some schools also took some of the books, and I even left many in my very own office for colleagues to take for their own enjoyment. Art is another area where we tend to accumulate a lot over the years. Pick what you would like to bring and what will fit in your new suite, and ask your family what they would like to have. Interestingly, when we did this in our family, my nephew, who is 20 years old, wanted one of his grandma's needlepoints. Linen closets tend to have an eclectic collection. We all tend to have towels that get ratty. Those can be donated to the SPCA or check with your vet's offices or even animal rehabilitation places. I worked at Eaton's all those years ago, so certainly can relate to this stuffed area in my home. Just touching base again on selling those unwanted valuable items. As always, safety is a concern. The Hamilton Police Department has set up a meeting spot at the Mountain Police Station to safely exchange goods. It's also important to note that sometimes what we think is valuable and that which we think is worth little is actually worth more. Those retro items are back in style. The old kitchen tables are popular, along with retro lighting. This is a good topic to discuss with a downsizing expert. Remember the boxes of photos we have from Blacks? Go through them and consider taking digital photos of the pictures. Frame a few and share with your family and friends. When I had to go through my parents' numerous photo boxes, it was great that some had dates and names on the back. In those days, everything was printed, often in doubles, and lots of scenery pictures. My family members were thrilled to get the pictures after all those years, and a lot of time was spent reminiscing. In summary, start small, and remember there is help out there to help you. Professional downsizers are a great help in organizing and donating the selling portion of the move. Preparing your home is a vital part of getting the most money in the least amount of time. So what do you want to bring? Well, what do you really need in your new suite is the biggest question. Considering the size of your new suite is crucial. Furniture-wise, you will likely be bringing your bedroom and living room items, and of course, the best of the best in the areas you currently use most often. Your lifestyle may be changing when you move to your suite. You will likely discover the chefs are terrific in your new home and will not need to even have a fully equipped kitchen. Meals are in the dining room, so consider carefully gifting or donating many of your kitchen items. Consider what you will be needing in your suite. This is a great time to refer back to the floor plan and carefully look over the measurements. You should only bring items from rooms you currently use that coincide with the rooms you are moving to. Remember, you are taking the best of the best. For example, in your bedroom today, you may have several pieces of furniture which may not fit in your suite, but with careful analysis, you may find you really do not need it anyway, or you can find alternative storage solutions. Clothing is a big space consumer. Have you really worn all the items in your closets? Studies show most people wear the same clothes over and over, and the edges rarely get used. So consider carefully the clothing you still wear. If you haven't worn it in the last 4-season cycle, let it go. There's lots of great places in our communities that would happily take your pieces in the closet that are no longer your style. Consider how you will be living in seasons. The amenities are great. You may be able to take advantage of common areas for some of your items, like games and selected books. I'd now like to pass it over to Kathy to talk in more detail about the CMA and what to do and not to do. Kathy?
Thanks so much, Marg, for that great information. Comparative market analysis. What your home is worth is one of the key determinations in the early stages of planning. The ladies will provide this information at no cost or obligation. We can provide you with an accurate evaluation of your home based on recent sales, recent comparable properties in your area. The first rule of real estate, and what is most impactful, is location, location, location. It's difficult to find a property that is exactly like yours, but we find similar properties in the same or similar location and adjust for size, style, condition, upgrades, and time passed if needed. We offer this evaluation and then can keep updating it as needed moving forward, since not everyone is making the move right away. It is very valuable to have this information when you are doing your financial planning. Some of the other things that affect value is the current market. Supply and demand is one of the most impactful things affecting the market value. Right now, we have an extreme shortage of supply, which is great news for you as a seller. Some of the other factors that can affect the market is the current economy and government intervention. All the parties in the recent federal election spoke of how to address the current real estate market shortage crisis, and what will be done can be very unpredictable. We don't see interest rates rising in the very near future, but it could happen in 2022. The other factor we look at is the demographic that your home is likely to appeal to. And will it capture the attention of the new out-of-town buyers that are heading up the highway to find affordable housing? What to do or not do. This is one of the most important bits of information that we like to provide to you. What to do, and more importantly, what not to do when preparing your home for selling is vital information. This is why we tell people to have us in right away, even if you're months or years away from making a move. We provide the advice, and then, of course, the decisions are yours to make. We find people often want to make their home perfect before selling, and this can be a bad financial decision. Don't over-improve your home. As well as the famous real estate saying I mentioned before, location, 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 there's another saying, don't be the best house on the street. There is a ceiling, and this is true from a valuation point of view. So don't over-improve the house for the neighborhood. Make good financial decisions. Every home is unique, so the advice that we would give is not a blanket statement for every home. We really need to see it so that we can best advise you. At no cost or obligation, of course. You don't want to spend $40,000 to get $15,000 to $20,000 back. You should always maintain your home. So if it's a leaky faucet or a leaky roof, then by all means have it repaired. It is the improvements that are more questionable. We spoke about who your buyer might be earlier. Some changes to the property will depend on who your target market is. What is the possible return on your investment for some of those improvements? Again, you always want to make good financial decisions. One of the best things to do is reduce the items in your home, as Marg mentioned. Minimalizing and depersonalizing is the best return on investment. We want buyers to have somewhat of a blank slate for them to see themselves living in the home, being able to make it theirs in their minds. This is difficult if there are family pictures that belong to another family. Of course, this is one of the things that you do in the final hours before putting your home on the market. Painting can also be very good. It freshens the space, and using light neutral colors again offers that blank slate for all potential buyers and doesn't make the home only appealing to those with similar tastes. What are the top renovations is a question we are often asked. Here's a sample of some of the top renovations: kitchens, bathrooms, paint, update decor, and declutter, to name a few. Safety is our priority. The ladies abide by the rules and recommendations provided by our industry leaders and public health. We're all fully vaccinated, and we meet with clients either virtually or in person, fully masked. We provide virtual tours and professional photos to give the buyers a good idea of what the property offers before they visit in person to see if it is suitable for them. We have a screening questionnaire for buyers and their agents. We provide PPE. We don't allow overlapping showings. And of course, we do not allow the use of bathroom facilities. Your suite's ready. What now? Everyone will have different needs here. We may need to update your home evaluation if some time has passed. We can sit down with you and work out the plan. Have you started sorting through items, or do you have a large task ahead of you and a limited amount of time? We will advise you based on your specific needs. Everyone's circumstances will be different, and we can help to coordinate a plan for your needs, as well as coordinate with any other trusted professionals as needed. Will you be moving into your suite before putting the home on the market? During these times, we find that is the preferred approach. Even without a pandemic, the inconvenience of having multiple showings on your property can be very stressful and even annoying. It is always best to be out of the home for showings so that buyers can feel themselves living there, but it is even more important during these times. The goal is to have many showings, and the best way to do that is to make the home readily available. When marketing your home in the current real estate market, there are many strategies. For example, holding offers, which is when we put a home on the market for viewings, but not reviewing any offers for a short period of time, like 5, 6, or 7 days. It is successful when the home is priced below market value. This might seem like something you may not be comfortable with, but the buyers in this market are often expecting to pay over asking if a home is on the market holding offers. These are things we can discuss with you in our consultation meeting, and you ultimately are the boss and the one who decides which method you're comfortable with. We identify the most likely buyers and we market and prepare the home accordingly. We use social media extensively to market the property with different platforms. Approximately 95% of buyers or more will start their home search online, and this must be done to fully expose the property and get you the most money for your home. Preparing the home is one of those most important things we can do to get the most money in the least amount of time for you. We use various staging methods, for example, soft staging that we do ourselves with items that we provide, as well as using some of your items. Our knowledge of furniture placement and trends in the market can be very helpful. Flow is important. How we dwell is not necessarily how we sell. We know that there is a tendency for homeowners to place their wall pictures too high. I mentioned depersonalizing and minimizing earlier. Less is more. All surfaces, including floors, tabletops, dressers, make a room appear larger if they are clear or have very few items. Even tablecloths and runners can make a space look smaller. There are professional stagers available for you at a cost. For vacant homes or rooms, we like to use virtual staging, which we provide. It's a tool to help buyers see how the space could be used. It helps buyers visualize what they could do. We often will use a combination of our own soft staging and virtual staging for certain rooms. Let's not forget curb appeal. Having the exterior of the home prepared is also important, as it is the first impression. Too many trees and shrubs blocking the front of the house is not as appealing and blocks the oh so important daylight from getting in. Mulch is a great way to freshen things up outside at a low cost. We would give advice on this in our consultation visit, and we can help with sourcing someone to help with the yard work if necessary. If you are painting, we can advise some painters and colors you may want to consider. It's not the time to use bold colors that may be in your taste, but not mainstream enough for marketing. Think model home. We provide lots of ideas and advice in these areas, as well as any contacts you may need. We usually plan a day to come in just before the photos will be taken and do our own soft staging, which includes furniture placement and adding some items. We have an entire room of staging stuff at our office. Our trusted network of professionals, as we've mentioned several times, we have many in our network that we can introduce to you, from downsizers to contractors and everything in between, including and not limited to financial advisors. We have a wonderful one who helps a lot of mature adults, as well as lawyers and many of the other services you may need. The idea of sorting, packing, and decluttering can be daunting, but it doesn't have to be. The services of a downsizer can be well worth the cost. They can help you with disposal, as well as even sell some of your items. One of the examples, one of our downsizers, what she's done is she's found someone who will take those travel spoons and turn them into rings, which is just, I think, so awesome. Hiring professionals can make the experience much more enjoyable and seamless, and we're there to coordinate with them. As Marg mentioned, we also have many trusted realtors across the country who provide these services, and we can introduce you to them if needed. We provide all these services and advice to you at no cost or obligation. Before we hand this back to Amanda, I'd like to thank Seasons for having us here today to take part in their speakers series. Thank you very much.
We hope you had some great takeaways from today's presentation to help you or your loved one in their downsizing journey. Thank you so much, Margaret and Kathy, for joining us for this month's Season Speaks from Downsizing to Right-Sizing. With that, we're going to conclude today's session. Thank you for joining us for this month's Season Speaks, a virtual series, and a big thank you to Margaret and Kathy from the Ladies of Royal LePage for taking the time to be with us today and help those in their downsizing journey. As you may know, this is our last Season Speaks session for the year. Thank you all for joining us each month to discuss the many important topics we've featured thus far. If you missed our previous sessions this year, you can watch our sessions on demand on our Seasons Retirement Community's YouTube channel. If you're interested in more information or would like to book a tour, please visit our website at seasonsretirement.com. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn, and be sure to click like or follow to get the latest updates for what is to come for the 2022 Season Speaks, a virtual series. We hope to connect with you again soon. Thanks, everyone. Goodbye.